flesh out the matter. Don't just think what they tell you. If not too much a mystery, let us search out your history. Seek and you shall find. Knock on the door, be open. Come on, open your mind because you're chosen.
Greetings, one and all. Welcome back to your YouTube channel, Searching Out the Matter. And the matter that we'll be searching out in this video is the People's National Party, in particularly their campaign team. The PNP is building a super campaign team. And in this instant, we're going to call them the Avengers. We could easily call them the Expendables, But in this instant, because they have superpowers, because they have their so much attribute, according to Marky G, according to Mark Golding, we're going to call them the Avengers. So remember that Marky G said, you're going to know why I'm calling him Marky G, but Mark Golden, he said, he needs a balanced approach to tackle lawlessness in Jamaica. I like that slogan, because it means it's not so aggressive, but it's not so laid back, right? He also said that Jamaica needs responsible and respectful leadership. Jamaica needs responsible and respectful leadership. That was his words from his slogan and his campaign team, of course. I like that. But does this show responsible and respectful leadership? I don't know. You be the judge. I don't vote. Probably you do. But anyhow, let's look at the individuals that he has placed, as he has acquired in his team. But before we move on, just want to let everyone know that I have no affiliation with any political party. No green, no orange. I just wear beige, as someone said a long while ago. But I live my life from the word of the Most High, Yahuwah Elohim, and it reads, "Have no fellowship with unfruitful works of darkness, but rather expose them. For it's a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret." Ephesians 5:11 and 12. And we move on. All right, so the first member of the Avengers is the leader himself, Mr. Mark Golin. I call him Lex Luthor. He's the billionaire, he's the people's person, he's the nice guy, he's the philanthropist. And so you know all about him. You know what he stands for: a balanced approach to tackle crime in Jamaica. Jamaican needs responsible and respectful leadership. You know his powers. So these are his powers, right? But we're going to move on to the individual that he has acquired to his campaign team. The first we have Richard Currie himself, the man who is the chief of the Maroons over there in St. Elizabeth. All right, so he the chief of a so the Maroons have a sovereign state. It means that they have a piece of land in Jamaica. I wasn't sure. So he means that he has a piece of land in Jamaica that the government of Jamaica have no laws over. All right, so I'm gonna give you just a quick synopsis of who the Maroons are. So back in slavery time, in layman terms, back in slavery time, I mean to be exact, before the 1700, right? There were a couple of people, Nani, one of our national hero, and of course our brother Kodjo, just to name a few. They escaped from the British. The British tried to recapture them, but the Maroons were so skilled in warfare they couldn't. So the British say, you know what? If I can't beat them, I do what? I join them. So I infiltrate them. So what they did, they signed a treaty with the the now called Maroons, Nanny and her brother and all of that, and say to them, you can keep the piece of land that you have. I think it's forever because up to now they still have that treaty still exists. You can keep the piece of land that you have, but what we will do for me or for us is that any slave that run away from our camp or from our slave camp, you will just catch them or caught them and bring them back to us for a bounty, for a sum of money, right? And they did just that. So I call the Maroons a sellout. So Nani is not really my national hero. That makes no sense. But anyhow, remember our hero Paul Bogle? Yeah. So in the 1835 to be exact, the Maroons captured Nani, no, Paul Bogle, and bring him to the British, and he was executed there in Maroon Bay. All right, so let's give you a quick synopsis of who the Maroons are. Cool? So that's who the Richard Currie stand for, the Maroons. All right. Let's move. So Currie, who was addressing the public session of the 86th annual conference of the PNP at the National Arena in St. Andrew, threw shade at the Andrew Onis-led Jamaica Labour Party, which is JLP, administration as he implored Jamaicans to make a change. He said, I begin this speech today with the words of renowned philosopher, activist, and author Angela Davis. I have no idea that he said he's renowned, but I have no idea who that is. He said, who said, I'm no longer accepting the things I cannot change. I'm changing the things I cannot accept. Wow. Powerful speech. He said, the Maroons will no longer accept violation of our rights and disrespect. As I said, they they count themselves as a sovereign state. So therefore, they need rights. They have their own rights. So the government, which is JLP, no, should not infringe on their rights. And of course, they have tried. Think what you may about that. All right, move on. He said, today, we are here today. We have journeyed far. We have sojourned to deliver a message. They will say, I am political. But what do you expect me to do? The point is, we have been soliciting the government for 3.5 years, and to date, they have not responded to us. They have not attended one function, but Marky G, Mark Golin, he has. So he have called Mark Golin, Marky G. I guess they're friends now, nickname and all that. But Marky G has your future leader. Wow, he's a prophet because he has vim, vigor, and vitality. Oh my word. He has vim, vigor, and vitality, said Currie to wild cheers from the hundred of comrades at the conference. No, I would cheer. Hearing that statement, I would cheer as well. So, no pun intended. All right. At the time of Currie, at that time, Currie took the Instagram to declare that the Maroons are within their right to defend their territory, to defend the forest. Chief Currie is not a lumberer. Chief Currie is a defender of earth. Wow. Chief Currie is a defender of the earth, defender of culture. That is all I have been doing since I've come here. I have been asking for dialogue to resolve long-standing issues, particularly the one with Quickstep and illicit lumbering there. So I'm just going to stop there. I'm going to read anything more about that Avenger. So now you can see that that man is Captain Planet himself. You can see that that man is Captain Planet himself. He's the defender of the Earth. We remember that cartoon. Those who are old as I am will remember. But Captain Planet himself, he's the chief. He is the ruler of a sovereign state. Yes, was given to them by the British. Yes, or slave owner. He is the man. Wait, he is the man with the backing of George Soros. You think he has superpower yet? Listen to who George Soros is, my friend. Listen to who George Soros is. If you don't know who is George Soros, I want you to know that George Soros is the man that sponsored the LGBTQRS movement. He is the man that sponsored the Black Lives Matter movement. All right. And let's see what else he has sponsored because let's read. In September 2020, the University of the West Indies signed a Memorandum of Understanding, which is MOU, with Open Society Foundation, OSF, one of the largest philanthropic organizations in the world. The MOU was signed by Vice Chancellor of the University of the West Indies, Professor Sir Hilary Beckles, and the President of the OSF, Ambassador Patrick Gaspard. OSF founder George Soros, who OSF founder George Soros has donated over 32 billion, sorry, US 32 billion to help build open societies across the globe to promote democratic governance and human rights, which oftentimes include LGBTQRS, W, Y, and Z rights. So this is who George Soros is. He's one of the richest men in the entire world. And guess who has his backing? Mr. Captain Planet, Richard Currie himself. So now you know why Marky G, his friend, has added him to the campaign team. Does it make sense now? We're having a bit of sarcasm, but I'm also sharing a bit of information for you to understand what is happening in Jamaica. All right. So we're moving on. We're moving on to the other Avengers himself. And this one is also very important. Comrade Carter sparked controversy, the Observer speaks. He said, controversial dancehall artist Adija Vybz Kartel Palmer sparked a national firestorm after he appeared on stage during the public session of the People's National Party, the PNP 86th annual conference at the National Arena on Sunday. He continues, sporting what has now become his traditional orange kerchief, covering much of his face. Cartel greeted the massive crowd in the arena with a clenched fist, which is used by comrades in their salute. Outside the arena, comrade told the observer that this was a positive signal for the party and would enhance his chances at the polls whenever the next general election is called. Wow. A winning brethren. That means Mark Golden is going to be the next prime minister of Jamaica. Whoa, that man is a prophet or something. From the first time I saw Cartel in the orange kerchief when he was being released from prison, I knew he would be here at conference, said whomever that person is, not going to call the name. PNP must win. The next step is for Cartel to be a member of parliament. Wow. Jamaica would vote for him. Go figure. All right. The next person says, in the meantime, that lady said she knew that Palmer was going to attend the conference, that he will be a major influence in getting people to come out and vote for the People's National Party in the next general election. I want to read that again. She said that Palmer was going to attend the conference. She knew that he was going to attend the conference and that he will be a major influence in getting people to come out and vote for the People's National Party next general election. So now you see why. Now you see why. I'm not going to read all of it in the Jamaica Observer. Now you see why the president of the People's National Party has acquired this man on their campaign team. Can you see that? A leader of men. A leader of what? A leader of men. He will galvanize, he will build camaraderie with Jamaicans. Do you see when he was being imprisoned, how many persons went out and demonstrated? Do you see when he was in prison, how many persons went out and demonstrated? When he was free, anyway, I need to say no more. But he's the leader of men, I can tell you that. And also, I must add, the destructor of souls with the music and the influence that he has. Vybz Kartel of Dons and Divas. Dons and Divas, not the righteous. All right, we move. He's also arguably a marketing genius. Let's give him that. Whenever he sing about something, it goes viral. Whenever he wears something, it goes viral. He is a marketing genius. I remember when I was young in yesteryears, way back when I was young, right? I bought a clock, I think for $4,500. And I tell you, a couple months after that, the clocks was like $10,000, right? A couple months, because he sing a song about it. No, tell you, he is a marketing genius, and we have to give him that, right? So he is a leader of men, destructor of souls, and a marketing genius. He's also, last but not least, the exterminator. So you can just imagine if the People's National Party would end up winning the election, that they would need the exterminator if there's any rats, rodents, or insects or reptiles in the garden house, right? If there's any rodents like rats or insects like roaches and reptiles like lizard, they would need an exterminator, right? What do you think? But anyway, we're just messing around. But now you have an understanding of why the president of People National Party would add these men, the Avengers, to his campaign team. But my question is, who is next? And my other question is, what is the JLP going to do about it? Do you think that the Jamaica Labour Party will now acquire the expendables, like literally the expendables? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comment section. But remember, a balanced approach to tackle lawlessness in Jamaica is the People's National Party motto. And also, Mr. Mark Golden, he said, Jamaica needs responsible and respectful leadership. What do you say? I think Jamaica need all that for real. But I'm just shedding light of what is going on in our country because I have eyes to see. No, neither do I vote, nor do I like politics. But I can see what is happening. All praises to the Most High. Remember, search out the matter. Don't just take what they tell you. It's not too much of a mystery because everything other history. Seek and you shall find. Knock on the door shall be open. Open your mind, brethren, because you indeed are chosen. Till next time, brethren.
Let us search out the matter. Don't just think what they tell you. It's not so much a mystery. Let us search out your history. Seek and you shall find. Knock on the door, be open. Come on, open your mind because you're chosen.